somebody asked for this song. This is a song from an album called Behold the Lamb of God, which is a Christmas record. And I see that there are a lot of kids here tonight. Hi, children. Thank you for coming. I know this is a little way past your bedtime. I appreciate you being here. So this will be for the kids here tonight. This is taken from Matthew chapter 1. It's called Matthew's Begat. And I'll be joined by my dear friend, he's the Captain's Courageous. She's right here. Abraham had Isaac. Isaac, he had Jacob. Jacob, he had Judah and his kin. Well, then Perez and Zerah came from Judah's woman Tamar. Perez, he brought Hezron up and then came. Notice when Andy doesn't know the words, he just says, ooh. Then Nahshon, who was then the dad of Salmon, who with Rahab fathered Boaz. Ruth, she married Boaz, who had Obed, who had Jesse. Jesse, he had David, who we know as king. David, he had Solomon by dead Uriah's wife. Solomon, well, you all know him. He had good old Rehoboam, followed by Abijah, who had Asa. Asa had Jehoshaphat, had Joram, had Uzziah, who had Jotham, then Ahaz, then Hezekiah. Followed by Manasseh, who had Amon, who was a man, who was father of a good boy named Josiah, who grandfathered Jehoiakim, who caused the Babylonian captivity because he was a liar, which isn't totally true, but it's wrong. Who had Shealtiel, who begat Zerubbabel, who had Abiud, who had Eliakim. Eliakim had Azer, who had Zadok, who had Achim. Achim was the father of Eliab. Then he had Eliezer, who had Nathan, who had Jacob. Now listen very closely, I don't want to sing this twice. Jacob was the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, the mother of Christ. So this is one that a guy named Dave. Are you here? Where are you, Dave? Hey, how's it going? He asked for this song before the show, and should we try the new way, or is that too scary? We'll try it. We're going to try something completely different that we've never actually played through, so here we go. So this song, really quick, bears a little bit of explanation. My Uncle Rick was always my favorite uncle growing up, I think. And he was always he's my dad's youngest brother, but he was also kind of the guy who couldn't keep his head above water. He was an alcoholic and he was an addict, and he was just that guy who you would just root for him, and he would be clean for years. Years he would be clean, and then one day he'd fall off the wagon and he would slip back into the old habits. And it's heartbreaking to see it happen because when he was clean, he would be like singing in the church choir. Sometimes he'd be teaching Sunday school and all this kind of stuff. Great guy, super smart, and a carpenter and stuff. But then, man, whenever it got bad, you guys probably there may be folks like this in here who are addicts. It's just like a night and day change that happens. And our family is grieved and tried to help him as much as we can. And I remember he was living with my mom and my dad. He's like 60. He was living with my mom and my dad, and several years ago, and it was kind of a fun season in our lives because we'd go home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and Uncle Rick would be around. It was always fun. My kids loved him. Anyway, I'd been telling Ben and Andy about Uncle Rick and how cool he was, and we got home, and I said, "Hey, where's Uncle Rick?" And my mom and dad just kind of looked at each other. turns out he had fallen off the wagon after like 5 or 6 years or something like that, and he had stolen a bunch of money, and it was heartbreaking. So he was sitting in jail. And anyway, he's in jail as we speak right now. He's actually in prison right now because he just couldn't keep it together. So I wanted to write a song for him because I was thinking about how frustrating it must be for him to sit in that jail at 60 some odd years old. You know, he's a believer. He's tried, you know, for so many years, and to sit in his jail cell. I was just thinking about all the self-loathing that I carry in my heart. You know, when I've done something stupid, and I look in the mirror, and what I see is this person that I just kind of go, I hate you. You know? And thinking about the demons that must be assailing him while he's sitting there in prison. I wanted to write a song that would be a song of encouragement to him, and just to kind of say, hey, you know, God, you know, whether you see it in the mirror or not, when Christ moved in, He gave you a new name. In the very core of your being, there's a brand new identity. It may take some people longer than others, but there's a great work, this epic work that's happening in the core of who you are, whether you can see it or not sometimes. And I know that's a complicated conversation, but I just wanted to remind him that I know how it feels to a small degree. It's like I wrote it for him, but the second verse, it was for me too. So anyway, this is called Mountains on the Ocean Floor. That's not right key, is it? Yeah, it is. Well, my uncle's in the county jail. Nope. My uncle's in the county jail. His time is on his hands. He knows he chose a barren cell over a fair and fertile land. He took another hit, he hit another high. He flew until he fell just like he has 1,000 times. Nothing ever seems to change. Miles away beneath the waves, there are mountains, mountains on the ocean floor. They're rising from the deep, but no one ever sees, no one ever sees. Well, I can't believe I landed here. Well, I swear I swore it off. Well, I know that I can't stand it here. Still I came and took a fall. I wish that I could shake it. I wish that I was free. I wish that I was half the man I wish that I could be. But there are mountains, mountains on the ocean floor. They're moving up so slow, but no one ever knows, no one ever knows. Nothing ever seems to change. Been miles away beneath the waves, down below the dirt, hotter than a flame, in the belly of the earth. He has given you a name. Oh, and there are mountains, oh, mountains on the ocean floor. They're moving up so slow, no one ever knows. There's a molten heart of stone that is waiting to explode. Only God can see.